Hi everyone, it's Nettie here from Primrose Cottage. Everybody's been asking for me to do a tutorial on these cute little thread catchers. They have the snaps where they'll lay flat in your project bag or for any kind of traveling. So I'll show you what we need to have to get started. I've got my fabric pieces cut. You're going to need your snaps, a ruler, a poker to poke your sides. I've made a little template and I'll show you what that is, and then the poker and your supplies and your interfacing. So first off, what you're going to do is you're going to pick your fabric, and it can be any scrap. I've cut mine at 6.5 inches. It's a 6.5 inch square. And so what I've done is I've cut the 6.5 inch squares. I've used my interfacing that is the fusible. It has the iron on rough side on one side and then the soft on the other. So you're going to iron it, the rough side to the back side. You're going to give it a good iron so they'll stick, and then you're going to line these up. And then I take a little marker and I just kind of put it like this so I know and remind myself that I don't sew between these two markings, so I can turn it. So then I'm going to take it over to the machine and I'm going to go around it and sew the square. And I just do like your 1/4 inch around. And so you just turn it. Stop right there. I take it back over. Then I'm going to take my scissors here, and I'm just going to kind of trim the corners and, you know, just kind of trim them a little so they'll turn better. And then I just go ahead and I just turn this. And I just first take my nails and poke it out with my nails first. So get it as good as I can on there. And then I got my handy dandy little corner pusher. And I know we have these in the shop. And so I'm just going to poke all them out as best I can. And then I'm going to kind of flatten it out. I'm going to poke these little sides in like this, just so they're kind of in there, like that. I'm going to take my iron, give it a good press, so it will lay nice and flat. Got all my little scraps. And then I'm just going to take it over to my sew machine, and I'm going to sew all the way around to seal it. And I've raised my stitch to a 3 just so it's a nicer looking stitch. And then I just go as close as I want to the side. And again, it's just to seal it so it's nice and crisp and fresh. And then this is I just try to make sure that's put together. And I'm just going to do a couple back stitches and cut it. And then I just take my scissors. If you can see, it's all sewn, and I just take my scissors and just trim all the little threads here. So now I have this piece, and so this is what I have. I have one here, and now we're ready to mark where I'm going to put the snaps. So I've made so many, I decided to make me, I call it a jig. And what it is it's 1 1/8 inch this way and 1 1/8 inch this way. And so I just cut this out of a piece of cardboard. And then I took a marking pen.
How wide is it this way, Mom?
Oh, let's see, I didn't think of that. Let's see. That way is about a half inch. It's like a half inch this way and 1 1/8. So let's do this. This is 1 inch. And then this way is 1 1/8. So you're going to set that in the corner, and then I mark on these corners right here where that goes. And then I just do it on each side as I go, and I just mark on those sides. And you know, it's okay if because this is just a regular pen, it's going to cover. And so what I've done is I bought the tool set, and this is the tool set that you need. Is you need this, the little trigger gun, and then these are the snaps. And we have that link in our Amazon shop. So I just take this little poker and I poke a hole, and everywhere I made the dot. And that just gives it a hole for you to put the snap in. So then you're going to take one of the backs like this.
So the backs are flat and they have the
little
poke.
Yeah, they have that little pokey thing right there.
Okay.
So that helps you out. And I put that in the hole. And then I take my nail and I poke that all the way down so you can see how that pokes through. So then each side needs, they call this one the male, which is, I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a little bump on the top.
Okay.
And then this one is the female that it will fit into. So you put that on there. You take your trigger gun, and I don't know if you can see that. I'll do a couple. So then you just put that on there and you just push. So then you're going to take the next one, and then you're going to put that one on there. You're going to put the female one on there. And then it is the next one. So then I'll do one more so you guys can see.
So make sure you put
you
always have the same on the...
Yep, on the one side. It's just easier. I don't know if it really makes a difference. I just always, then that way I know that I'm always doing the male one on this side.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't make, like when I was doing this, it doesn't make a clicking sound or anything. You just push it down. And
what it does is it just crunches this little, what do you would call that?
The poke thing. It just like crunches it down.
Yeah, it just crunches it down so they stay secure. And so now I'm going to put that one in there. So do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, just finish it up.
Okay.
It's fine.
They really don't take that long. They're actually, when making these, I'll sit there and I'll prep like a whole bunch if I have something I want to do for giveaways or anything. If I'm making a bunch, is I just get them all prepped, and then that way I can just set and put the snaps in just while I'm just sitting and relaxing or that. So they're pretty easy to put together, and also this size that I'm making, like I say, it's a 6.5 by 6.5 square. I know I've done ones at 6 by 6, and they just are a little bit smaller. I know that you could probably do any size you wanted. I've also done ones where I've taken my orphan blocks, like if I have an extra orphan block from a quilt, and I've just squared it up to a 6.5 and done it, and they've turned out so cute. Okay, so now and then after I do it, I test them all to make sure that they snap, because believe me, I've done it before where I've had 2 males or 2 females, and so then I have to take one out and redo it. But there you go, just like that. So I hope that this helps and you guys enjoy making your thread catchers.